Morning, folks. How's everybody out there in YouTube land this morning, huh? Billy, get down. You're gonna knock into that. Don't do that. Anyhow, I start talking and she wants to jump up in my face and see what's going on. We're having a nice, very quiet sail this morning, doing about 5.5, 6 miles an hour, sailing down the Chesapeake. Had just enough wind this morning, although it's beginning to die out on me. I'm probably gonna have to fire up the diesel here. Hey, Patriot Canadian, how you doing? But we're heading the right direction, and the wind is moving us just perfectly, and it's nice and it's calm, and it's not cold but not hot. It's just kind of one of those perfect days. Hey, David, how you doing? Yeah, it's just one of those kind of quiet days after having such a long day yesterday and getting beaten up so bad. I'm kind of enjoying the idea of just chilling out and relaxing and just sailing down the Chesapeake. So not worrying about getting any place any particular time. I'm just much more relaxed today, I guess. Thanks to all those folks who donated last night during the live stream. That no doubt has played a big part in why I am so relaxed today. Oh man, you know. Tell you what though, it's these beautiful days like today that just make sailing by sailboat or travel by sailboat just so enjoyable. I mean, just look at this out here. So what did I miss here in the chat? David, Patriot Canadian. Hey, Dan Carter. Hey, Billy, what's up, man? Yeah, I mean, just look at this out here. Are you guys getting a lot of wind noise, or is the audio okay? Hey, Dick, how you doing? This is what it looks like out here in the Chesapeake at the moment. Some sort of a research center or something over there. They got more darn antennas and stuff sticking out all over the place. I'm not really sure what that is. So one thing I do like at this end of the Chesapeake is the crab pots are easy to see here. Look at that one. See how easy that is to see? All the way up at the north end, and there in the Delaware, sometimes they were just little black floats that you couldn't hardly see. Here they have these nice floats with flags on them. It makes it really easy to check out. So yeah, Dick, it's a sailing channel. Huh? Imagine that. Bit of wind noise, but not bad. It's a sailing channel. Okay. Wind noise is there, but sounds pretty good. Okay, good deal. So anyhow, we're just having a real nice relaxing day out here, just sailing down the bay. Perfectly quiet except for the sound of the water pushing underneath the hull. Not perfect, you know, 66 degrees, I would say, right about now, 66, 68. Got just a skosh of lean on the boat, not much, just enough. It's kind of right in that middle spot where it's hard to get comfortable, you know? Just has my back at just a slightly wrong angle here, but it's all right. This is what the Chesapeake looks like right out here. You can see it's just kind of big, wide, and open. Got the head sail out. You can see the wind angle there on the Jolly Roger. We've got the wind just broadside at a 90-degree angle. Just a perfect morning, kids. Just a perfect morning. So, please tell whole shot Frank and I said ahoy. You got to get back to work. There you go. All right. How much miles you plan to go today? Not a lot. Probably 35 to 40, somewhere in that neighborhood. I can't make. There's no way I'd be able to make it all the way down to Norfolk. So I'm going to go about halfway, so maybe a little bit more than that. Maybe 45 miles today, something like that. I don't know. I've got it set up. Right now at this speed, I'm going to get there at about 6:30 this evening. So another long day, but I don't know, maybe I'll kick up the engine and put it in the higher gear, although Let's see, we're doing 5.9. I mean, we're doing all right. We're doing all right still. Oh yeah, 7 or 8 hours. Yeah, definitely 7 or 8 hours. Putting in long days, trying to make hay while the sun shines. Yeah, the wind direction is just perfect, Billy. Wind direction just perfect, blowing about 10 to 13 out here. So I'm able to maintain, you know, 5.5 under sail. And I just thought today is going to be a day to just chillax and run the rum line and head down to Chesapeake and really just enjoy, you know, what might be my last day with the sails up for a while. There's not a lot, I mean there's some, but there's not a lot of sailing opportunity in the Intercoastal Waterway. And I'm going to be entering the Intercoastal possibly tomorrow night. So tonight or tomorrow may be my last days to enjoy a good sail for a while. So hey Chuck. So I'm, you know, I'm kind of wanting to just sort of chill out and relax and enjoy this day. Not much in the way of scenery, a bunch of buildings over there, looks like airplane terminals or something, I don't know. A place with all of its antennas, some sort of industrial looking complex over there. A couple apartment units it looks like, and then all woods for a while. Gonna go out there around that point. That's where I'm headed, out there around that point. Yeah, I could stand to sit out here and do 7 or 8 hours of this. Good for your soul. Good for your hearing too. Good for your ears. Your ears, your good for your hearing and your ears. It's nice and quiet. Except for a little bit of wind blowing. That wind does tend to make you tired anyway, but that is what it is. So anyhow, just a little morning chat, let everybody know we're alive and well, sailing down the Chesapeake, doing still going too fast to fish, but that's all right. I'll start fishing when I get out into the good areas. Had a fella message me today, sent me a nice long message this morning, trying to sell me on doing the Dismal Swamp route versus the Coin Jock route. I've not actually done the Coin Jock route. I met Steve at Coin Jock, actually at Coin Jock, and that's when I was going to jump on the boat with him. And then he had some boat issues, so the boat had to get towed to Norfolk, Portsmouth actually. And so I joined him again at Portsmouth, but I didn't actually do any of that route. Steve did that by himself, then of course got towed back up that route, going back to Portsmouth. He had some transmission issue happen on his boat, which happens, you know. Boats do break down. Anyhow, so trying to convince me I should go that route instead of the Coin Jock. I don't know. I don't know. He did tempt me really hard by talking about there being a couple free docks on the Dismal Swamp route, but there's free docks on the Coin Jock route as well. So, and a free dock, a free place to tie up is always welcome when you're sailing. Just a whole lot easier than having to, you know, set the anchor, you know, drop the anchor, set the anchor, and rig it up, and you know, then do the whole anchor alarm, and then of course, you know, all night long you're wondering whether your anchor alarm's working properly or not. And last night apparently I forgot to set the anchor alarm on my iPad. I had it set on my cell phone, but not on my iPad. So, any news on the autopilot? No, I don't need the autopilot, Dick. I'm not worrying about it. Makes it more relaxing. Okay, I tell you what, here we are out here sailing. Hey Dan, buddy, thank you, man, that is awesome. Dan just donated to the PayPal. Thank you, Dan, very much. I appreciate it. Much needed right now too, buddy, much needed. I got to do a major provisioning stop here and get fuel and get oil for the boat, so very much appreciated. Thank you, sir. But all right, so here we are I'm gonna just show you how little I actually touch the wheel. This is the direction that we're going. There's the steering wheel. It's locked into its position. No hands, Mom. I just lock the wheel in and I go. And I go for, you know, a long, long time before I have to even touch the wheel. So having an autopilot really wouldn't change that any, except, you know, the thing that I found when people have autopilots is that they tend to, you know, not be paying attention so much. And out here, there's a lot of crab pots you got to steer around. So as you can see, I'm still going. I mean, there's the direction. We're still heading, you know, the direction we want to go. I'm moving. I'm going a little bit to the right, but not, you know, I'm not turning circles or anything. All right, so now if I wanted to, I could say, okay, this is enough here. I'm going to make a slight adjustment. My hand on the wheel, there. About a 1/4 inch nudge over to the left. And now I'll sit here for another, I don't know, a couple of 3-5 minutes or whatever before I have to touch the wheel again. And that'll slowly bring the bow around the other way. So, yeah, I've got the boat pretty well balanced and set up. I'm not having to fight it. I'm not having to work against it. I'm just hanging out here and relaxing mostly. So this is why I really haven't been too upset about not having the autopilot working. So, in fact, I don't have any of the instruments out. My instrument cluster usually goes right there over the top of the companionway. It had the depth finder and it had the autopilot on there and VHF radio, and I had my iPad set up there. I moved my iPad to right there where I can see it nice and close, right by my floor. You can see my breakfast sitting there. I have it right here in front of me, and that's the only thing I have out. I have that plugged into the 12-volt system, and down the lake we go. Well, down the bay here, not lake, but bay. Kind of reminiscent to me of sailing Long Island Sound. It's kind of like the same thing. I can see land on that side. I can barely see land on that side. Of course, if this was Long Island Sound and I was heading out, that'd be Long Island, that'd be Connecticut. In this case, it's all Maryland and Virginia coming up in front of me here. So, Saskatchewan about the same later as Edmonton. Yeah, Edmonton's cold, man. I've been through Edmonton, so. Ooh, a little bit of wind picking up. Beautiful, beautiful day out here, guys. Just spectacular. Wind's moving around a little bit more behind me now, which is fine. Did not do the Dismal Swamp. There is nothing out there. Hey, Steve, how are you this morning, buddy? If something happens, they only dredged it a couple years ago. The grasses are terrible. Okay, good to know, Steve. Good to know. I will take your word on that, brother. Good morning, Marie. How are you this morning? So thanks for that, Steve. I appreciate you you jumping in and adding that. So I was sort of leaning anyway to taking the the coin jock route anyway. So if you looked at Saco weather, yep, Sasko weather. Okay. Oh, Saskatchewan. Yeah, it's cold up there. That's like, you know, almost Alaska cold. Kind of crazy. So there, if you heard it, I just took a little bit of a nip on the wheel back to the right. So that's how often I have to correct the steering on the boat on a day like today. So having the autopilot really doesn't really do much for me. So everyone try to talk me out of it. I have no problem with my 48-foot sport fish with outriggers. Talk you out of it, Dave. What, you want to go sailing? Look at this, brother. I am traveling at 6 miles an hour down the Chesapeake Bay, burning Ungats fuel. Ungats, zero, zip, zilch, nada, nothing. Not burning any fuel at all. The engine is off. The generator's off. There's no noise out here but the wind in my ears and the water underneath the keel. And I am just moving on down the bay. This is the part of sailing that you love, you know? This is the part of the sailing that's free, guys. Free, that's an important word, free. Just sitting out here in the bay. Yeah, affordable sailing, Marie, you're right. And this is what makes it affordable, you know, when you have these days like today. You don't always have these days. Weather's just not always cooperative. Having the right amount of wind at the right angle for the direction that you want to go is a blessing sometimes. It doesn't come by as often as what you'd like. But I'm the guy who messaged you. Forget I've got a different name here. Oh, okay, David, I see. All right, I get it. All right, well, I appreciate that, David. Yeah, I was kind of leaning towards the coin jock route only because, I don't know, only because. Really no reason. Really no reason. I just would kind of like to stop at coin jock on my way south, kind of a bucket list for me, you know, because I was gonna jump on with Steve at coin jock. We met there. It'd be kind of nice to sail on past that on my own boat. It's sort of a, I don't know, a rite of passage or just sort of it's a good thing. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I want to go to coin jock. No offense to Steve, but I'm sure you can appreciate what it's like to be able to go by through that area on my own boat now. A lot has improved in that, what, almost a year now since we met. So. Port Jeff, there you go. Sound out of Anchorage Marine today on the motorboat, burning approximately $70 worth of gas. Not free, gonna consider sailing. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I've ran those power boats. I always get annoyed from the running diesel sound went out. Yep. Morning, Vincent. Yeah, enjoy that free wind. Yeah, I mean, this is just super pleasant out here, guys. So let me let you guys have a little bit of a view here. You guys just sort of sail along with me. Here you are sitting in the boat with me as we head on down the bay. Just nice and easy, nice and breezy. Got the sun on our left shoulder. What's that song? Sunshine on my shoulder makes me happy. I wonder why being on the shoulder made him happy. It was always really weird, but yeah, so we're just sailing down the bay, guys. Just hanging out and sailing down the bay. 5.6, 5.8. 5.7. So, nothing wrong with this at all. What do you guys think? You enjoy just sailing along with me? Sitting here enjoying the view. Checking the wind direction every so often, looking at the sail. Watching the water, looking for crab pots. Kind of what we do all day out here. So for those critics of mine who say I never sail or show any sailing, I invite you guys to come and sail right alongside of me. So have you picked today's destination? No, not really, Mary. I've got a. It's in miles per hour. I just have it set to miles per hour to keep it simple for people to understand. I have a couple of choices of where I'm going to stop, but yeah, getting closer to warmer weather is right. Oh, I just got splashed with some water. Little rogue wave got me. Yeah, what I do, hey Coyote, how you doing, brother? What I do, Marie, is I look at my navionics and I try to pick out 3 locations, 3 possible stops. One is where I'm going to stop if I'm going to have a short day. One is where I'm going to stop if I'm going to have a long day, or a long day. and then sometime somewhere in the middle somewhere I'll pick out a third stop. So I've got 3 different places picked out that I can stop. We'll just see how it goes, and see what kind of miles we make and what kind of distance we travel, what kind of mood I'm in. I may even decide to pull the plug even early and stop someplace else. It all depends on how tired I got. I got really tired yesterday. I took way too long of a run yesterday. 11 hours just really beat me up listening to that engine run for 11 hours. So this is just so much more relaxing, just sitting here and hanging out and looking at the dinghy that needs to be rebuilt. Yeah, that's my nemesis up there on the deck. Got to get this dinghy rebuilt. That's all right. We stop here in Norfolk. I'm going to pick up the acetone, and I'll be able to get to it though, so we can finally start working on that. You never use the mainsail. I try not to. No, it's a pain in the neck to use the mainsail. The mainsail is wrapped tight. Why is that? Okay. The mainsail on this boat does not I don't have a sail bag. I don't have lazy jacks. I have to go forward in order to raise the main. I have the main has, as you can see, I keep it wrapped up to keep the wind from getting into the sail bag. The sail bag's not in great shape. Underneath that, there's a whole bunch of bungee cords trying to keep the sail contained and on top of the boom. It's just a big ordeal trying to get the mainsail out and put away. Not just out, but also put away. It's just a big ordeal. So I guess it's a matter of laziness on my part or just convenience, but I don't like putting main up unless I know I'm going to have really light winds and I'm going to need the power to get wherever I'm going. But right now I'm doing almost 6 miles an hour with just a head sail up. And I'm kind of enjoying just chilling here and relaxing and not worrying about fighting sails. So having to trim this and trim that and, you know, work. I travel by sailboat because I enjoy relaxing, not because I enjoy milking every mile an hour I can out of the wind. That's not my motivation. That's not my goal. That's not anything I worry about. So. Let's see. Hey Lumberjack, how you doing? Just remember our drafts are different. This year is different. They may have cleaned some of it up, rely on good local knowledge. Yeah, Steve, I'm going to. Yeah, and my draft's a lot less than yours. I'm only drafted 5 feet, so. You know, at 5 knots, no need to raising the main besides getting better sail trim. Yep, Dick, I'm happy with it just the way it is. You don't need to be standing on the deck while underway. That's true. I don't need to be going forward while underway. So, if you do the ICW, Carl, the closer you get to North Carolina is where the mess is. All the rivers have flooded upstream and put a lot of sandbars. They're trying to dredge them now. Yeah, I know, Vincent. I'm aware of that. I understand. Thank you for calling. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm aware that there's going to be a bit of a cluster in parts of the Carolinas on the ICW. But, you know, I'm still what, 2 weeks away from getting down there, and they've been working on it now for over a month. So, as I understood it from talking to some of the coasties that I spoke to down there, they're going to have most of the stuff should be cleaned up and organized by then. Now, there'll be services will be out and that kind of stuff. Some of the marinas will be still working on stuff, obviously, you know, but they really didn't get the hit that they could have gotten. The storm weakened considerably, so it's not nearly as bad as what it could have been. So we think it'll be, I think it'll be manageable. We'll find out when we get there, though. Needs progress. Unlike the autopilot, your dinghy is needed to serve you in anchor. Yes, I understand that, Marie. I was just up there yesterday and thought I would give you some local info. Okay, well, thanks, man. Thanks. Local info is always very, very handy. It always comes in good, so. Well, anyhow, kids, we're going to probably go ahead and end this. I think you guys are probably getting tired of just watching me sitting here watching that view. my view today. Not bad. Sure as hell beats sitting in a cubicle. All right, kids. Well, with that little view of the sailing here, we're going to go ahead and end this and have more for you tonight at 7 o'clock. We'll see you guys then. Remember, in the description down below, there's links to my PayPal and Patreon should you want to contribute to the adventure. It's going to be a fun trip. Still a lot of miles to go, and so funds are mostly needed here. So, really glad to have you had fun with your smoker. Intercoastal will be a little busy at this time. Lots of people shooting south, but there's some good anchorages and some free docking along the way. Yeah, I'm I'm trying to do my homework as best I can. So, yeah, definitely hard to get tired of that view. It's awesome. So, all right, kids, keeping that thing nice and hot all night. Good deal, man. Good deal. Yeah, that's what's nice about smoking, man. Keep it around 200 degrees all day. So, thank you, Marie. Everybody, take care. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good day and take good care of one another, kids. We'll see you tomorrow. Actually, no, we'll see you tonight. Tonight, 7 o'clock. See you then. Good night, everybody.